Hello and welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute since I have posted any sort of gluten-free, dairy-free recipe video, and I just made this chocolate chip, vanilla chocolate chip, chocolate fudge, ice cream, homemade ice cream. I don't really know what to call it yet, but I just made this recipe for the first time last weekend and it was so good, so spot on. And I was like, I have to make this recipe for YouTube. I have to make a video about it because I know a lot of you guys follow me for the gluten-free, dairy-free content, and I haven't posted like a good old recipe video in a little bit. And the backstory for even why I started making this ice cream was that I found these like gluten-free, dairy-free ice cream cones at the grocery store, and I bought a pack of them 3 weekends in a row, and they were really good, but they're terrible for you. Like, there is like 35 ingredients in just one little ice cream cone. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, but just because it's gluten-free, dairy-free does not mean that it's healthy. It's straight up junk food. And I was like, I just need to make my homemade ice cream because I've made homemade ice cream before. But here's the thing, the ice cream cones that I loved, they were a vanilla ice cream dipped in chocolate to where, you know, that chocolate coating, once it gets cold, it gets crunchy. And then they also sprinkled it with chocolate chips, like mini chocolate chips. So I have been really like craving those ice cream cones. And so I was determined to try and kind of remake something very similar, but the homemade version and just normal ice cream. I don't put these in a cone, I just eat this out of a bowl. But what we are going to do today is we are going to make a vanilla ice cream base. We're gonna put mini chocolate chips in with the vanilla ice cream. So it's essentially chocolate chip ice cream as the base with the vanilla. And then we are going to drizzle in melted chocolate layer by layer. And we're going to layer some chocolate drizzle in between each layer of ice cream. But what you need for this ice cream is we are going to do 2 cans of coconut milk. And then we are going to do a can of coconut cream, but you are only going to scrape off the top, like the full fat portion. So normally the fat will separate from the milk part. So you need 1 can of coconut cream, but you're only gonna use the coconut fat on this one. And then you need a cup of maple syrup. You need 2 tablespoons of cane sugar. You're going to do 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla extract. And then we do 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. This is optional, the salt's optional. And then we are going to do a cup of mini chocolate chips. So these are the Enjoy Life chocolate chips. I always use these for all of my desserts that I make, and they're great. So we're gonna do a cup of chocolate chips that we are going to mix into the vanilla ice cream base. And then I actually got 2 bags of the chocolate chips because we are going to mix up 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, 2.5 tablespoons of coconut oil to melt those chocolate chips. And that's gonna be like our chocolate drizzle. And when you layer the ice cream in the chocolate drizzle layer, once it all freezes together in the freezer, when you go to eat it and scoop it, you've got this like crunchy chocolate fudge layer kind of, and it's so good. So that is what we're doing today. So essentially, all you've got is your vanilla ice cream base, which is all the coconut milk, the coconut cream, the maple syrup, the sugar, vanilla extract, and the salt. All of that is going to go into a blender, and you are just going to blend it all up for about 60 seconds until it's all combined. And that mixture that you blend up is what goes in your ice cream maker. So let's get started with blending the mixture. Once the vanilla ice cream mixture is ready, we are going to assemble our ice cream maker, assemble your ice cream maker however your instructions tell you to, but then we're going to pour this mixture into the ice cream maker. For me, I have to get the little frozen base out. I have to put this little insert in, put the lid on, then turn it on. And once my ice cream maker is going, we're gonna pour it in. Okay, I'm coming into our bedroom because the ice cream maker, it's not really loud, but I knew for audio quality, I should probably not be talking in the kitchen while I explain this next part. But I am going to let the ice cream maker run for 25 to 35 minutes. That's just based on my ice cream maker's recommendation. So if you have a different one, just leave in that mixture as long as your ice cream maker manual says to, because each machine can obviously be a little different. But I'm going to let mine run for about 25 minutes, and then I'm going to add a cup of the chocolate chips into that ice cream maker and let it stir all the chocolate chips around. And then about 10 minutes before I'm done with the ice cream and the ice cream maker's done, I'm going to melt that 1.5 cups of chocolate chips with 2.5 tablespoons of coconut oil. I'm gonna melt that together for about 60 seconds in the microwave. I do 30 seconds, stir it, 30 seconds again, stir it. And I'm gonna try to let that chocolate drizzle cool down a little bit to kind of room temperature before I pour it into the ice cream container. So that's why I kind of start that about 10 minutes before the ice cream's gonna be done, so the chocolate drizzle can kind of come down closer to room temperature before I pour it in with the cold ice cream. So right now we are just waiting for the ice cream itself to be ready. So the timer's set for 25 minutes. I'm going to check it in 25, and then we are going to kind of assemble the rest of it. Alright, so this is what it looks like at 30 minutes, and it's definitely got that like soft serve consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in the chocolate chips. Okay, the ice cream is done. I just turned it off. So now we're just kind of working against the clock a little bit because I don't want it to get too melted. So now we are going to transfer the ice cream into this little ice cream freezer container. This comes in a pack of 2 on Amazon. I'll link them. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna layer a layer of the ice cream and then do a layer of the drizzled chocolate, like the melted chocolate, and then ice cream, drizzle the chocolate, ice cream, drizzle the chocolate, and just layer them. So the last time I did this, it was such a mess. So this time I'm gonna try to be a little bit cleaner, but that is what we're gonna do. All right, so this is it. And now it's gonna go in the freezer for 3 to 4 hours to really let all the chocolate freeze up too. And it's gonna be so good. But I'm going to clean up and then I'm gonna come back in 3 to 4 hours. So once we're getting closer to dinner time and we're getting ready to eat it, I will show you the final product. All right, it is now 8 p.m. So for reference, I think 6:30 was the 4-hour mark. So normally I put this ice cream back in the freezer for 3 to 4 hours after I assemble it. So this is how it's looking. So I'm going to scoop this into a bowl. You're gonna see how great it looks, and then that'll be at the end of the video. You see how all those chocolate layers kind of form these like chocolate chunks? This is the best part, is all of these like big chocolate chunks. So it's so good. Let me know if you try it. All right, that is it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can try this recipe out soon. Let me know in the comments if you do. If you try it out, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.